Yeah, I think it is. I think it's incredibly important. I think it's important for all the reasons that we read that it's important that they do so, and I think it gives them a sense of adventure, gives them a sense of camaraderie, potentially a different form of discipline. That maybe if they're struggling in school, with the discipline that their teacher, that particular year group, is trying to instill in them, that they come up here and they get a different form of discipline. It helps them all the way through, gives them exercise. I think it's just great. I think it's a bit of everything. I think there's a lot of what my mate's doing, what their pals and their chums are doing. But I also think that they may have watched their fathers play, they may have watched their uncles or brothers play, and they want to be part of it. Yeah, I think as is with all probably all sport and all people through their teenage years, it can get more difficult. With the pressure that school exams will put on their lives, with the need perhaps to be doing, finding a Saturday job and helping out and doing all sorts of bits and pieces. That it becomes a harder task for an individual to get through, get away from what maybe some of his mates are doing, which might not be playing sport and might be down the town and doing things that probably at their age they shouldn't be doing, but unfortunately are being done. And sometimes we know through experience up here that it can be a real culture change for them. Oh no, certainly. I mean, I'd love to see. It distresses me to see a number of school playing fields that almost been left to abandon. It distresses me to see school playing fields being sold off for housing, and it distresses me. We have to have a recovery period of time up here. That fundamentally we can't use this area 365 days a year. I think it's got to become from both sides. I think there's a responsibility. Does a parent want a kid sat at home on an Xbox all day long? I don't know. As a parent, we've gone a long way to encourage that not to happen. Should schools be doing it? Schools should be doing it, but they're constrained by budgets. Is there more that we can do? Yeah, there's plenty more that we can do. But again, there is a cost element to it. Yeah, we start. I mean, fundamentally, the rule of thumb is that officially rugby starts at 7 or in under 7s. But I mean, we've got a group this morning. If you go over the other side, there's a group of probably under 5s, under 6s there. And yeah, the earlier the start, the better the discipline. Does it make do you guaranteed in England international if somebody starts at under 6? No, you're not really, but it's fun. And the only caveat that we put with it is if people turn up at that age, then they must stay with their child during the morning. So it's not a sort of Sunday morning babysitting operation. Yeah, I mean, we spoke about the teenage years. We certainly see, it's more difficult on once we get through probably past 16s. Once we get to 17s and 18s, with the pressure of exams, we see that's when we see the drop-off point. Yeah, I think they've got to do it. I think the danger, the one thing you've got to be very careful is that the over-pretentious parent or grandparent doesn't make a member of their family, male or female, go and do something that child's not all that keen on doing, but is, bully's the wrong word, but is pressurised into doing it by a family member. I think it is. I mean, I think has it changed? I think that I think the celebrities have got a huge important part to play, and I think that they need to be careful of their role model status. I mean, I think in the main rugby's got a pretty good role model status, and they're very good. If you get them down, if you get some of the Premiership clubs bring players down, here for coaching sessions and things, that the kids do react to it. They fundamentally, do they want to be, a big burly England player? Then yes, they do. But it's a very, very steep pyramid to get them to it. Yeah, I mean, I think you can see from what gets picked up on the national papers, and it's unfortunate, but that's to me that's where the discipline, that's where the management comes from it. And is it right that somebody aged 19 is earning £400,000 a week and is valued at as an object at 20 million quid? Being brutally honest, and from a heart, no, I don't think it is.